From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update. Your weekend weather update is made possible by Caltrans District 2.
Hey folks, good afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed your day so far. Today is drier than yesterday. We had some showers up in the northern portions of the area yesterday. None of that today. Still could see maybe some of that convection pop off in the eastern mountains with that orographic lift, but I don't expect much of that. Temperatures are on the up and up as we head over the next, I'd say 24 to 48 hours. That's the beginning of that warming trend. Notice here across the area, we're already in the mid to upper 80s for the highs. In the valley portions of Trinity County and eastern Humboldt County, we're also in the 80s here. In the mid 60s along the coast, and you start seeing those upper 60s and lower 70s, much more widespread than yesterday in Siskiyou County and in Modoc County. Let me walk you through the next 7 days here in terms of the future cast. Notice you don't see a whole lot going on in terms of precipitation. That's the dry weather, right? That dry weather is associated with high pressure, right? High pressure, all right, follow the train here, follow the train of logic. That gets us warmer, and we're actually going to be back above average as far as temperatures are concerned as we wrap up June and head into the first portion of July. So we're really kind of swinging back from where we were. If you remember, of course, over the last several days, we were below average, but hey, Mother Nature, nature abhors a vacuum. If you have your cake, you can't eat it too, so to speak, right? That sort of thing there. So we're swinging back the other way. Temperatures will be climbing pretty quickly. Watch this. Let's head a little further inland. Let's go out to eastern Humboldt County, Trinity County. You can really see that trend. Notice today, right around 80 in Weaverville, but notice by 90s, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're in the 90s there pretty squarely, maybe even mid-90s there by the end of the week towards next weekend. So I do expect heat to return pretty quickly as far as what you should expect for this time of year. Mount Shasta City, Alturas and Modoc County, it's the same story. 60s turn to 70s, turn to 80s, turn to well, maybe 90s by the end of the week, maybe by the time I'm talking to you this time next weekend. And notice you see a pretty much dry pattern throughout the week here. You do notice a few clouds moving in as we head through the midweek, and as a result, those temperatures do drop a couple of degrees, but I still expect seasonable temperatures in that time frame. Eastern Mountains, 70s turn to 80s, turn to lower 90s there over the next 5 to 6 days. So it is a gradual trend upwards in this sense. I think the valley really shows that warming trend pretty well, though. Redding, Red Bluff, Chico, same story here. Today is probably going to be the last day where we see those widespread 80s, and then as we head into tomorrow to start our work week, that's where we get those mid-90s creeping back in. From there, it is consistent mid-90s all the way through. I think our best shot at seeing more triple digits, that's going to be Friday and into next Saturday. Let's call it next weekend. I think that's where we see our better shot at seeing those triple digits come back in as we start heading into the first days of July and temperatures get back to a little bit above average for this time of year. Thanks for joining me here, folks, for your afternoon update. Of course, I'll be back with you at 6 for a final look at your forecast from Weather NorCal Command Center, and I'll speak to you soon.